Hello and welcome back to WWE 2K20 Universe Mode and part 2 of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And in this part we will have our first of those Elimination Chamber matches. In our main event of part 2 will be that #1 contenders match for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Who will be going on to fight Shayna Baszler for that Raw Women's Championship. But we will be kicking things off tonight with the Smackdown Tag Team Championships on the line. The New Day taking on the undefeated team of The Miz and Rusev. Of course, New Day, former Tag Team Champions, and Kofi Kingston, a former Universal Champion here in Universe Mode, looking to get their way back to the top of the roster, back to the top of division, before getting in to WrestleMania. Let's go through a triple threat tag team match to get into this position, defeating the Viking Raiders and the Revival to be able to get into this opportunity here at the Elimination Chamber. Can the New Day manage to put away Miz and Rusev to be the first team to be able to put away these two men right here? They've had a hell of a time together, managing to slowly become more joined as a team, these two men. Starting off with The Miz, well, these two started off as co-stars on a film together. Miz was essentially using Rusev as his advertising campaign to be able to get his film to be seen by the masses, but they eventually teamed up, won the inaugural Tag Team Eliminator Tournament, and became the Smackdown Tag Team Champions, defeating Ricochet and Ali at the Royal Rumble. So now they have their first major challenge as they take on the New Day here tonight. A true team, a team that's always been a team. They know each other inside and out. Whereas Miz and Rusev have only been together a couple of months. Not even that really. It's been a very little time. But you can't forget about the cheating ways of Miz and Rusev. They always find a way. They always find a way, no matter what they're gonna do. But before we get started on this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and make sure to ring that bell so you do not miss out on any future content coming out. You do not want to miss the third part of Universe Mode and everything as we head towards WrestleMania. It's going to be very exciting times. Miz getting off an early advantage there over Big E. Big E now down to the mat as the much larger man being able to take down by the Miz, and Miz wisely tagging out to Rusev. Now we see a much similar size comparison here. You gotta say Rusev is definitely the stronger part of the Miz and Rusev's team. He is the one who has been dominating, the one who does all the work. The Miz, well, let's be honest, he's kind of there to go and get a chair out and hit someone with a chair when they're not expecting it and the referee's down. Let's be honest, that's kind of been his go-to strategy to be able to get them through that Eliminator tournament. Allow Rusev to do a lot of damage to the opponent, and then if things aren't going their way, the Miz comes in with a chair, attacking the opponent while the referee is distracted. And Rusev right now dominating both halves of the New Day, pulling Kofi Kingston over the apron and attacking him in the ring while Big E trying to recover from the beating that he was getting from Rusev. As much as Big E did try to fight back, trying to get a belly to belly, Rusev managing to fight back, preventing it from happening. And now Kofi Kingston wisely being able to get back out of the ring, back to the corner, hoping for that tag from Big E. Big E in desperate need of it, but Rusev controlling him, throwing him to the corner, getting that tag over to The Miz, the other half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Another thing you have to think about here is Rusev. He is undefeated, just generally. As a singles competitor, as a tag team competitor, he is undefeated. Whereas The Miz, he's had a few losses here in Universe Mode, let's be honest. He's been around more than Rusev has, but Rusev has really been on a tear. Maybe The Miz is holding Rusev back at this point. You gotta think The Miz is definitely the weak link in this team, as Big E managed to get that hot tag into Kofi Kingston. Kofi running straight in. The double boots to the chest, taking Miz down to the mat. And now looking at a sleeper hold on The Miz, looking to try and make The Miz tap out in the middle of the ring, trying to set him to sleep. Slow down the pace of this match so that Kofi can get back in control. But Miz dropping Kofi Kingston over the elbow to manage to stun Kingston for a second. And now Miz kick to the midsection for that big DDT from the knees of Kingston into the mat, planting Kingston, and they're going for that pin for 1, 2, not even a 2 count. Kofi Kingston managing to kick out at a 1 as Big E back to his feet on the outside, back on the apron, ready for that tag from Kofi Kingston. This could be a bad position for The Miz, but The Miz managing to fight back, getting away, dropping Kofi Kingston, now tagging in to Rusev. And then this is where things are going to change. Back in to that dominant Rusev, who has only taken 1 move, if that, in this entire match. Apart from that, he has been dominating against the opponent and dropping the big headbomb to Kofi Kingston onto the chest of Kingston. Kingston in a bad way, needs to get that tag to Big E right now, throwing Rusev into the corner, going for a big kick, but Rusev turning it around, throwing Kingston into the corner. These 2 men now fighting for position at the moment, being quick attacks between these men, and finally Rusev manages to start getting the kicks in to the legs of Kingston, trying to cut him down, cut his legs out from beneath him, and Kingston forced to fall to the mat after the repeated kicks to the legs of Kingston. And now Kingston, though, fighting back, suplex to Rusev. Is that the opportunity that Kingston has been looking for? Is that the opportunity for the New Day to be able to fight back in this match? And spinning net breaker to Rusev, taking him down. Kingston now, he needs to pick up the pace, continue to work down Rusev, but Rusev kicking to the midsection of Kofi Kingston. The magic kick from the back of the head of Kingston. He's got to be out. He's got to be out after that one. But Rusev not going for the pin, perhaps not the wise decision. Kofi getting back to his senses, managing to punch to the midsection. Desperation into a trouble in paradise. We have new tag team champions. Kofi going for the pin, but Miz already in the ring, breaking up the pin straight away. And now attacking Kingston from behind, but Kingston gets the tag into Big E. And now Miz, not the legal man, but he is damaging Big E right now. He needs to get out of that ring, otherwise if he gets to a 5 count, it will be a win for the New Day. But Miz and Rusev will still keep those Smackdown Tag Team Championships. Well, the Miz did his job there. He managed to fight long enough to allow Rusev to get back to his feet, hit the Alabama Slammer onto Big E right there. And we're saying, what is Miz thinking on the outside here? Rusev, I think, was looking for that tag, throwing Big E into the corner, but instead Miz on the outside, going after Kofi Kingston on the outside right now. While in the ring, Big E picking up Rusev, I should say, picking up Big E from the mat, suplexing him away. So Miz going up to the top rope. This is not something we typically see from the Miz, dropping a knee on Kofi Kingston, but Big E now managing to fight back, taking Rusev out of the ring, and the Miz taking down the referee, as we've seen him do many times. Rusev and Big E still just fighting back and forth, not knowing what is going on right now. Not paying any attention to the Miz, but the Miz on the outside with a chair while the referee is down. Rusev though with the pin on Big E. 1, 2, 3. Broken up by Kofi Kingston, but that was a win there. A win for Rusev and Miz, but Miz cost it with having the referee not around to go and see it. And again, Miz getting rid of the referee as Big E dropping Rusev over the knee. And now, as we see many times, the Miz using that chair to take down Big E while the referee is down. Did he even need to do that? Rusev already had the match won by the looks of things. And now the Miz adding punishment here, looking for that skull-crushing finale, it looks like. But instead, Big E fighting back on... Oh my goodness. We might want a medical team out here to go and check on Rusev after the way he just fell from the shoulder of Big E. The Miz could have accidentally cost Rusev there. Oh, the way he fell on his neck was just brutal. The Miz not really communicating well there with Rusev, and you see Big E has managed to fight back despite those chair shots from the Miz. The Miz wanted to hit that skull-crushing finale, but instead not being able to. Instead, Big E fighting back against Rusev, but now the tag into the Miz. And Miz now looking for that skull-crushing finale once more. Can he hit it? Can he manage to put away one half of the New Day right now? And he hits it, skull-crushing finale, face first into the mat. 1, 2, but no, Kofi Kingston. Kofi managing to get back to his feet. It had been a while since he'd been in the ring, breaking up that pinfall, allowing Big E to survive, but Miz now tagging into Rusev. But Big E wisely and back to his feet, managing to avoid whatever he was going for there. Gotta think he would have been looking for that accolade, wanting to make Big E tap out in the middle of the ring. But Big E, he knew what was coming. That fighting spirit, he managed to get back to his feet, fighting back, and look at this, lifting Rusev like he is nothing and just throwing him around the ring. And now a big power bomb from Big E, and Rusev is in a bad position, wisely rolling out of the ring, knowing where he was in the ring, using that knowledge of his placement to be able to get out of the ring, avoid Big E, managed to prevent him being taken out. And now Rusev wisely taking Kingston off of the apron, catching Big E with a matchka kick to the back of the head. Such a brutal kick. You think about that, the surprise of getting the impact to the back of your head, there is nothing you can do about it. And now Rusev locking in that accolade, but Kofi Kingston back to his feet, he's trying to break it up, but he cannot do it. But eventually catching Rusev hard enough, all those punches into Rusev, but he refusing to let go of that submission hold until eventually Kofi catched him round the head and he was forced to let go of that accolade. But Big E, he is still down in the middle of the ring. He has nowhere to go. He has not moved since. And Rusev now getting rid of Kingston on the apron again. And Big E still not moved. Still not moved from that position in the middle of the ring. And again, the accolade locked in for the second time. Kofi Kingston back in the ring, but not quick enough this time. And Big E forced to tap out in the middle of the ring. And the Rusev and Miz are still your tag team champions. What a match between those two teams here tonight. Miz and Rusev showing why they are a dominant force in the tag team division, still undefeated as a tag team. And sure, as we see in all their matches, there was still the miscommunication. The Miz almost cost that match for their team here tonight, but luckily they managed to fight back, managing to use Rusev's strength to be able to destroy Big E. No thanks to what Miz was doing with the chair, almost injuring his tag team partner here tonight. But all that matters is they are still your champions, and they're still undefeated. Who will be able to put away these two men? Next up, Aleister Black has called out the Fiend here tonight. After all the action that's been going on between these two men, it's been a long time coming for these two men to go face to face in the middle of the ring. The Fiend, of course, he decimated people, he embarrassed people, he turned people to the dark side, turning Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy into his disciples. But things took a real change for the Fiend when Aleister Black had enough. He had seen what the Fiend was doing and he had had enough. Coming out, being the first man to come face to face with the Fiend in the middle of the ring, that the Fiend wasn't expecting. The Fiend usually expects everything. He usually plans everything out. But Aleister Black caught him by surprise, caught him with a black mass, and the Fiend teleported out, returning to cost Aleister Black his United States Championship, which he held so dear and held for such a long amount of time. And now Aleister Black, he wants his revenge. The Fiend also attacked Aleister Black at the Royal Rumble, taking him out of that Royal Rumble match, making sure that he would not have an opportunity at the main event of WrestleMania. When Aleister Black had enough, he went to the Wyatt's compound, took out one of the members of this horrible, horrible group, and he told the Fiend that he would be at Elimination Chamber. And the Fiend has clearly answered Aleister Black. These two men supposed to go face to face tonight. No official match in place, but these two men are supposed to go face to face. Finally, we might get something between these two men, and maybe they'll put these issues aside. Aleister Black, but very interesting indeed. The Fiend sending Matt Hardy into the ring instead. He wants no piece of Aleister Black here tonight. He doesn't want to go face to face with him. Instead, Matt Hardy sent in there to attack Aleister Black, and an official match has been made. Aleister Black versus Matt Hardy instead of Aleister Black and The Fiend going face to face tonight. The Fiend has no interest in dealing with Aleister Black here tonight. Of course, these two men do have some history already, to be honest with you. Aleister Black was the man who beat Matt Hardy for the United States Championship. A very different Matt Hardy, we should say. It was not what we see here tonight, this fiendish Matt Hardy. Instead, it was a broken Matt Hardy that Aleister Black took that United States Championship away from him. It was the inaugural United States champion, I should say. He was not the championship itself. Aleister Black on the moonsault, getting the 2 count over Matt Hardy right there. So Aleister Black has beaten Matt Hardy before, but can he do it again? And can he do it against this fiendish, different version of Matt Hardy? There's much more aggressive Matt Hardy. And wait a second, Aleister Black going after the Fiend on the outside, but the Fiend, he doesn't even react. He takes that knee straight to the face and does not even react to what Aleister Black has just done. And this is a bad place to be. Aleister now surrounded by all 3 of these men, both of the fiendish Hardys and the Fiend himself, staring down at Aleister Black. I guess this is close to getting to that face-to-face here tonight. Wait a second. The Fiend getting face-to-face. He is getting face-to-face with Aleister Black. Now Matt Hardy from behind though, the distraction from the Fiend allowing Matt Hardy to be able to get back in control. Up to a 7 count right now. These 2 men could be about to get counted out. A very bad place to be, you think. Up to an 8 count. Need to get back into the ring. Matt Hardy getting himself back into the ring. Up to a 9. Can Aleister get back into the ring in time? Instead, Matt Hardy breaking the count. He wants to be able to defeat Aleister Black in the middle of the ring for the Fiend. He wants to end Aleister Black here tonight. End all of this rivalry. Prove that Aleister Black is nothing compared to the Fiend, compared to Matt Hardy's leader. You really got to wonder what's going on with the fiendish Hardys since they've been brainwashed by the Fiend. It's been quite a long time that they've been brainwashed. It's been all the way since just before SummerSlam, I believe. It's been a long old time. Of course, they were the Raw Tag Team Champions at the time, managing to lose those championships to the club inside of a Hell in a Cell match. Aleister Black not allowing Matt Hardy to get anything off on him right now. Fighting back, calling Hardy to his feet. He doesn't care who it is, he just loves a good fight. And look at that running knee to the face of Matt Hardy, taking him down to the mat. And Black not letting up on Hardy. You gotta think Black's probably pretending that it is the Fiend in there tonight. Matt Hardy trying to use the top rope, but Black throwing him off the top. And wait a second, calling him back to his feet. Bad position for Hardy, looking for that huge knee strike to the face of Matt Hardy, almost ripping his head off of his neck. Oh no, this is bad for Hardy. Aleister Black calling him up. Black mass to the side of the face, going for that pinfall. 1, 2. No. Matt Hardy managing to stay alive in this one for now. Somehow, some way, he will not give up the resiliency of this fiendish indoctrination of Matt Hardy. He's refusing to go down to that black mass. Whereas realistically, if he was a sensible man, if he had his full capacity of his brain, he would have stopped right there. You do not want to be eating black masses to the face. Look, another one from Aleister Black. Is he smart enough to stay down this time? 1, 2. No, he's not. Matt Hardy refusing to go down. This is not a smart decision from Matt Hardy. Those black masses, those direct shots to the side of your head, the damage that it does receiving a move like that with the strength and speed that Aleister Black hits them with. You do not want to be taking it. There is something clearly wrong with Matt Hardy here tonight if he thinks that this is a wise idea to be taking these shots to the face. Wait a second, what is Aleister looking for here? Aleister Black, he's going for the mask. He's pulling at the mask of Matt Hardy right now, pulling at that mask. Is Matt Hardy going to give up? Is he going to give up? He does, but wait a second. Aleister Black pulled off the mask. He pulled off the mask of Matt Hardy. That fiendish mask pulled off his face. I don't know whether that means anything, but he pulled that mask off and Matt Hardy immediately tapping out straight away. Those black masses, they meant nothing but reaching for that mask of Matt Hardy, trying to rip it off his face, caused him to tap out here tonight. Has Aleister Black found a way to get to the Fiend? Well, if he has to go through all of them, I'm sure he will not mind. That is one down. 2 more to go for Aleister Black. Can he do it? Can he manage to fight his way to the Fiend? We will have to find out, but it is time for our main event here this evening. It is our Elimination Chamber match, number 1 contenders Elimination Chamber match, to determine who will be fighting for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. This all came about after Ronda Rousey made her decision clear. She went over to SmackDown, choosing to fight for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania, so we need to determine who is going to be the number 1 contender over on Raw. We had a bunch of qualifying matches to get us in this position. Every single person here picked up a big win going into this match. But who is going to be going to WrestleMania? Could it be Charlotte Flair? Or could it be this woman right here, Bianca Belair, a former Women's Tag Team Champion? But this is the biggest match of her career, you've got to say. And Charlotte's as well, to be honest with you. Charlotte and Bianca, both of them, not necessarily had the best opportunities here in Universe Mode. Sure, Bianca has become a Women's Tag Champion, but in terms of the singles division, she has not had the same opportunities that other people have had. Bianca and Charlotte, neither of them ever having a one-on-one championship opportunity. This is their chance, and they both came so close in that Royal Rumble. They were the people who got the most eliminations inside of the Women's Royal Rumble, both of them tying at 4 eliminations. Of course, Charlotte was the second to last woman in that Rumble, being eliminated by Ronda Rousey at the very, very end of that Royal Rumble. But now we have a former Raw Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, looking to get back an opportunity at the championship after she was cheated by Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler, of course, cashing in a Money in the Bank contract, could be able to take that championship away from Rhea Ripley. Alexa Bliss, another woman who wants her championship back. She was the original title holder at TLC before the cash-in, because the match was won by Rhea Ripley, and then the cash-in happened where Shayna Baszler won. Alexa Bliss has not received a rematch yet, and she wants her rematch at WrestleMania to be able to get back her Raw Women's Champion. 2 former champions so far in this match, and they've picked good positions inside of those cells, not having to be the first 2 women to start. But things have not gone so well for Carmella, who managed to get a big upset to get herself into this match, managing to pin one half of the former Women's Tag Team Champions, Ember Moon, to get herself this opportunity again. This is a big opportunity for Carmella, her first opportunity to get a championship match here in Universe Mode. It's a big opportunity for her, but bad position, getting that number 1 or 2 position in this Elimination Chamber. But number 1 will be Sonya Deville, a woman who has had an opportunity at the Raw Women's Championship before. Took on Becky Lynch all the way back at SummerSlam, and since then kind of fell off. But she is now making her way back to the top, making her way back in position. To be honest, it'd be a hell of a match between Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler. But this is a huge opportunity for Sonya Deville here tonight. Was not necessarily as lucky as she would have wanted it, but can she fight her way through this entire Elimination Chamber? It's a hell of a field we've got tonight, but we will be kicking things off with Sonya Deville and Carmella, 2 of our underdogs in this match. Can one of them manage to go all the way? That is an interesting prospect indeed. These two women starting things off, locking up in the middle of the ring as Carmella getting the early advantage, taking Sonya Deville over to the ropes, kicking her and now throwing her into those... Oh, I apologise, throwing her over the top of those ropes. Carmella now staring down at Sonya, who's in a bad position, being thrown over those top ropes. Of course, you can do anything in this chamber. Use those steel chains on the outside. Throw people into those pods. Perhaps put someone through one of those pods. But perhaps don't do that, because you're probably going to damage yourself as much as you're going to damage your opponent, to be honest with you. And you could, of course, end up releasing someone from their pod earlier than they should be into this match. Oh, and we get our first countdown. Who will be the third woman to enter this match? 3, 2, 1. Who is it going to be? Will it be a former champion, or will it be someone looking to be the #1 contender? It is Alexa Bliss, the former Raw Women's Champion, joining the fray right now. And straight away, Sonya Deville going straight after Alexa Bliss, throwing Carmella out of the ring and taking down Bliss with a big short arm clothesline there. Big roundhouse kick to the side of the face, but Carmella back into the ring, catching Sonya Deville, getting her revenge, suplexing her down to the mat. And now Carmella getting Sonya back to her feet. These two women continue to go after each other. A big spear there from Sonya, taking Carmella down. Only a 1 count there. Carmella refusing to give up this easily. See, if I was Alexa Bliss right now, I would happily go and take my time away from these women. Let these two continue to go at it. And take your own time to breathe. Not have to deal with any of the drama going on right now. And Alexa Bliss planted by Carmella. Carmella reversing, and who is going to be number 4? It is Rhea Ripley, the biggest woman in this match most likely. Former Raw Women's Champion, cashed in on, well, former 2-time Raw Women's Champion I should say, cashed in on by Shayna Baszler. Tried to win back her gold at the Royal Rumble, fell short, and now this is probably her last opportunity to get to WrestleMania. Alexa Bliss with a roll up on the outside there, not being able to get the pin. Rhea Ripley, 1 count there on Carmella. These two women splitting up separately now. Alexa taking it to Sonya Deville on the outside by the steel surroundings, those steel chains, and throwing Sonya Deville straight into those chains on the outside. And as Alexa and Sonya get back into the ring, Carmella and Rhea slip out to the outside. But now we are waiting for our 5th opponent to enter this match. Who is it going to be? Which one is it going to be? Who's got the most luck? Charlotte or Bianca? Charlotte comes out at number 5. Bianca Belair gets lucky number 6 in this match as Carmella hits a big super click on Rhea Ripley. But double pinfalls. 1, 2, 1. They both managed to kick out, just surviving. Alexa had Sonya Deville down, and Carmella almost pinned the former Raw Women's Champion right there. That would have been a huge upset for Carmella as Carmella throws Rhea Ripley over the top ropes, getting her out of the ring, giving Rhea a minute to kind of compose herself, to be honest with you. Probably wasn't the best idea by Carmella to get rid of Rhea Ripley. You want to keep working down. She's already hit her super kick onto the face of Rhea Ripley. Got to continue working on her. But now we get that countdown for the final women entering this match, and we know who that one is going to be. It is going to be the former Women's Tag Team Champion, Bianca Belair. And here she comes into the ring, potentially the strongest woman in this match here tonight. And straight away, taking down Charlotte Flair, taking her down, pummeling the face of Charlotte Flair. She is not holding back, and now all 6 women inside of this match. No one eliminated yet. Who is going to be the woman to stand tall here tonight? Who will win inside the Elimination Chamber and go on to one of the main events of WrestleMania? Carmella only getting a 1 count there on Rhea Ripley on the outside. Charlotte Flair stretching Bianca Belair, I should say, pulling at that leg of Bianca, stretching her entire body as Sonya Deville big suplex onto Alexa Bliss as Bianca Belair fights back, fighting out of that submission, going for the pinfall on to Charlotte as Rhea Ripley goes to the pin on Carmella. 1, both 1 counts on those women. Wait a second, Sonya Deville taking down Alexa Bliss on the outside. Sonya really having her way with Alexa Bliss on the outside right now, but Alexa fighting back, taking down Sonya Deville. But look at this, Rhea Ripley. Wait a second, Bianca, roll up. Rhea Ripley dropping Carmella after that delayed suplex. 1, 2. But Carmella kicking out, preventing herself from going down. There's the strength of Bianca Belair, but Alexa Bliss throwing Sonya Deville into that steel structure. 1, 2. No, Carmella managing to kick out. I apologise, Sonya Deville managing to kick out as Carmella getting Rhea Ripley up to the top rope. And the DDT on the outside from Bliss. DDT from Bliss. 1, 2, 3. And Sonya Deville, the first woman eliminated, but there was that huge superplex from Carmella onto Rhea Ripley, but Carmella caught by the spear from Charlotte. 2, 3, and Carmella's gone as well. The first 2 entrants gone, but you can't deny the performance they both put in. Especially Carmella, she hit that super kick on to Rhea Ripley. Hit that big superplex from the top rope onto Rhea as well, but then caught by that big spear from Charlotte. 1. Only a 1 count there for Bianca Belair. We are down to 4 women, 2 former Raw Women's Champions and 2 women who have not had a singles opportunity at the Raw Women's Championship yet. Is it going to be a rematch? Is it going to be someone brand new going after that championship belt at WrestleMania? It's going to be very interesting to see 4 very different competitors here tonight. As Bianca and Alexa take it to the outside, Charlotte and Rhea. Rhea giving Charlotte a taste of her own medicine with a spear of her own to Charlotte. Flair taking her down. And now Alexa getting in the ring. Rhea trying to take her down, but the big reversal as Alexa catches Rhea Ripley, throws her down, and Charlotte thrown down by Bianca Belair, but keeping up back to her feet, not allowing herself to be taken down for long as Riptide to Bliss. 1, 2, and Bliss kicks out. Unbelievable. She managed to kick out of the Riptide right there. She refuses to give up. She wants to go to WrestleMania as Bianca. 1, 2, 3. Managing to put away Charlotte Flair. I believe she hit the KOD on the outside on Charlotte. Managed to put her away. And we are down to 3. And straight away, KOD to Rhea Ripley. Can she put her away? Can she put away a former Raw Women's Champion here tonight? 1. Alexa Bliss though, breaking up the pinfall. Strange there from Alexa Bliss. Very strange thing to do from Bliss. As Bianca plants it into the mat. I think Rhea was gone then. She's still not moving. But for some reason Alexa Bliss decided to break up that pinfall. Prevent Bianca Belair from doing it. Maybe Alexa wants to prove that she can put away Rhea Ripley here tonight. But wait a second. Bianca Belair now catching Alexa Bliss, planting her down into the mat, and Rhea Ripley was running over. But Rhea, she has no interest in breaking up this pinfall, but Alexa managing to kick out at 2. Big running clothesline there to Bianca Belair, taking her down, and Rhea now gets Alexa Bliss up, and for the second time, she is locking in that Riptide onto Alexa Bliss, going for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3, and Alexa Bliss is gone, and we are down to 2 women. Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, a former 2-time Raw Women's Champion, taking on a former Women's Tag Team Champion who has never had a singles opportunity here in Universe Mode. And Bianca, she is not letting up. She is not letting up at all. This is the biggest night of her career here tonight. But can Rhea be the upset? Can she get another opportunity as Shayna Baszler? This could be the last chance that Rhea Ripley has. 1, 2. But Bianca not being able to put away Rhea just there. But she is not letting up in the slightest. Wait a second. She's in position for that KOD. Is she going to go for it? No, instead, looking to submit Rhea Ripley right now. Looking to submit her with a torture rack on the shoulders of Bianca Belair. Can Rhea hold on? Rhea, oh my goodness, punching to the back of the head of Bianca Belair, and she is forced to relinquish the hold. Trying to go for a big cutter there, does Rhea Ripley, but instead Bianca catches her, gets her up, looking to drop her over the top. Is that enough? Is that enough for Bianca Belair? Can she do it? Can she go to WrestleMania? 1, 2, 3. Bianca Belair has done it. Bianca Belair is going to WrestleMania to go and take on the Raw Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler. She will receive her first ever Raw Women's Championship match in one of the main events at WrestleMania. What a night for Bianca Belair here tonight. She managed to put away Charlotte Flair and then put away the only two-time Raw Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. What a hell of a contest here tonight. You can't deny these women, they showed up. They refused to lose. This meant so much, but Bianca Belair is the last woman standing, and she moves forward to WrestleMania. Shayna Baszler now has a target on her back from the EST of WWE. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget we have part 3 coming up soon, so don't miss out, and we will see you next time.